Hi, welcome back to the C Morning Show, everyone. We're at the halfway point of our program, and it's time for our first discussion of the morning. Now, we all know that the surge in online engagement began during the COVID-19 pandemic and has been particularly obvious among the younger demographic, with more screen time and more time spent on smartphones, gadgets, and other devices. However, this uptick in digital engagement is not without its perils. Risks such as cyberbullying or identity theft and various forms of online abuse are prevalent, with a concerning lack of awareness or means of protection among users, especially for our children.
Yes, Paul, and to combat these risks, an initiative has been made in the form of a program that strives to bolster digital literacy and also give some knowledge to children, parents, and educators while equipping them to navigate online spaces safely. And to know more about the program and how it is important for a child and parent to be safe online, we have with us in the studio Bullyid app founder and executive director Agita Pasaribu. Good morning, Agita. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Welcome back. Because apparently you were here in early days of See Today, but it's great to have you here now that COVID-19 is behind us. So let's get started by first giving us a quick refresher of Bullyid, because we talked about this before, but it has grown since.
Absolutely. So Bullyid app is basically a web-based application. We started this in the middle of a COVID-19. We see that many of the victims of cyber harassment left alone without any help, without any support. The idea that we wanted, it's really to give an access of people to be able to receive a psychological support, a legal support, and eventually an access to report if they are experiencing cyber harassment or any exploitations online. So they don't feel left alone. But again, since we started in 2020 and now we're in 2024, there's a lot of things going on. We are happy to partner with so many different governments, different stakeholders, and even private sectors to deliver a prevention, which is completely important. Awareness has always been there. And right now we have a lot of different cyber harassment prevention, which also focusing on children, focusing on young people, teenagers, even parents and teachers as well. So it's an age-appropriate approach that we wanted to provide. Again, you know, it's a different approach when it comes to children and young people.
Absolutely,
right?
and you know, the uptick of online engagement during COVID, just because COVID's behind us, that kind of has stayed level, right? People are still like continuing to use gadgets that much more, if anything.
Especially students as well. I mean, they're using their gadgets as well as part of their school curriculum. Then what is the best approach, especially regarding these little children that may not know the threats or the dangers behind it? Because probably, same here for Paul as a parent, we kind to stay away from scaring them too much.
Absolutely. And I think one of the idea, it is not about how to control them and making sure that they do not touch their gadget. Because it's impossible to do that. I mean, they are now doing exams, they are now studying everything online, and they are meeting them, you know, their friends online as well. They're communicating with their teachers and everyone online. So it's impossible to actually limit children to be able to not using social media or internet. But I think the most important aspect that we wanted to create is, if we are coming from the parents or the teachers, we always say it's care, all right? So care means start with C, it's communication. Have a communications with your children. It's so important to have open conversation, you know, at home. Many of parents, unfortunately, they just simply, you know, give an iPad and they give a tablet.
It's their electronic babysitter.
Yes. So, but sometimes it could be something, a pop-up notification that could be, you know, an indecent image or video.
Absolutely.
So open communication, it's really important. And goes to the awareness, right? So this is what also parents and teachers are lacking. So how could they actually being able to teach their children about the online safety? Because what happens is, when you give your children a new bicycle, you teach them how to use it.
Sure.
Right?
Because we know how to use it.
Exactly. And whatever it is, math, language. We teach them how to use it. Now, with social media, with online platform, with internet, we just give it to them.
Correct.
We don't have any guideline. And they just register, sign in, and then scroll all the way down and finding the accept and submit
Right.
button. We
Yes.
don't even read about it.
Absolutely not.
So that's the awareness that is lacking. So before you actually wanted to provide education to your children, it's important for the parents and teacher also being educated and aware about the online safety.
Of course.
What type of cyber harassment could happen? Because again, these days it's information and people behind the internet not mind.
1 every 3.
Yes, and 56% out of them, they actually never report it. They never even speak up about this to their parents or their teachers. So something related to, so when it comes to cyber harassment, what exactly happened to our children, right? So there is 3 things that we see is happening, and it's getting more and more cases happening that we receive. One is a cyber grooming. So when adults be friends with children with the intention to actually blackmailing or to get pornographic content from the children, and also there is another case of just displaying an intimate pictures or videos to children. And the method could be something from social media, or is it using a social media platform, or online gaming. So online gaming platform is one of the platform that is being used quite often right now, especially there is a cross-border communication.
I've heard of this. There's chat rooms as well.
Correct, correct. So the way how do they groom it, it's really long. So sometimes the children feels like this person really care.
Sure.
And in the end of the day, they will then feel like if someone care about them, if someone asking them for any nudity pictures or intimate pictures, they will be willingly to share.
Okay.
So this kind of a issue, I think, peaking at the moment. And what we understand that not everyone have the capacity to provide psychological or any support, and that's why we come in there to provide either teachers or parents. So in our web-based application, we have psychological support, we have legal support, and we do also partner with a couple of online platform right now to be able to escalating the reporting. So to take down the content, for example, if that photos are being circulated online without a consent.
Sure.
And this is very interesting, and it's a very great thing you're doing as well, because many of these people who are becoming, who were victims,
Yeah.
they are embarrassed to speak out.
course,
Because
yeah. Very uncomfortable.
Because the society tends to blame them. They would say to the parents, why do you let your child be on social media? And then if the child is a victim of if they are older and they can listen to the society, they will say, why are you willing to do so?
Yeah.
It's, quote unquote, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So now they can send their cases and their stories to Bullyid anonymously.
Yes.
Yes. And how can one do so if they are a victim?
So basically in our app, you don't really need to download. It's a web-based application. It's so simple to use. When you click,
And there you go.
Yeah,
right here
when-
on Paul's screen.
I've been browsing it. Sorry, guys.
We are
I'm a
here
little
for
bit
you.
distracted.
There you go.
yes. So when you click off, when you go down, and there is psychological support, there's legal
Yes.
support, and there is online harassment report. So when you click in any of those, it will actually pop into our another
Let's provide
another
that.
platform.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're gonna do is that you want to read through. We really details about what we are going to do with that. Your data stays with you, and we never circulated your data without your consent.
Privacy, yeah.
And the most important aspect, as we realize this along the way, not everyone is comfortable with one type of consultation.
Yes.
So we have 3 different aspects of consultation. So one is text, one is audio, and one is video. And when you are not feeling comfortable to share about your identity in the first place, when you
Right.
meet with our legal, our
Counselors.
psychology, or you just basically want to just share, there isn't tick boxes if you want to stay anonymously. So you can just say to your psychologist, I would like to refer as ABCD. right?
Sure.
Instead of your name.
And you still can receive the comfort and the help you
Absolutely,
need.
absolutely.
So that is, again, bullied.org if you guys want to check it out. I mean, there's a lot of information here, not just in regards to things you can report, but there's awareness activities, conferences, webinars. It gives you some very interesting and sometimes alarming statistics, obviously, in regards to this, but also campaigns and projects that they are taking part in as well. And if you guys want to find out more in regards to, I mean, if you're obviously on social media, it's Bullied, Bullied.org. Sorry, excuse me, what's the at Bullied?
At Bulliid app on Instagram
At Bullied
and
app,
on,
correct.
on online platforms.
Okay, there you go. Wow, thank you so much for coming by. I wish we could cover more on this because there's so much to talk about in regards to this.
Thank you.
But I hope that more parents in the future are more aware of this as well. Not just to stick gadgets in your kids' hands, but make sure you're aware of everything they're doing because some of these things do go unchecked. Great to have you back on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you, Agita.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Yes. And that wraps up our first talk show for today. But after the break, stay with us because Satya Pramesi will return to give you more updates on the C Morning Show.